Good morning. This is Charles Holloway with Keller Williams Elite Peninsula located in Newport News. I know this past week we all was freaking out by the hurricane and all of those things that come with that. And because it's that time of the season, I've gotten questions about flood insurance. So I want to go ahead and talk about flood insurance. First and foremost, let me say this. As a professional agent, it is not up to any of us to decide whether or not you need flood insurance. Virginia Peninsula is what we're called. And of course, the peninsula is surrounded by bodies of water. I personally just feel that it is up to you as the buyer to decide whether or not you feel you need flood insurance. I say that to say this. Lord forbid anything happens to you or your property and you don't have flood insurance because you were quote unquote not considered a high risk area. Please do what's best for you and your family or what you feel is necessary. It may not be required, but it may be beneficial for you to have it. Now I want to go down 7 bullet points that I think you need to know surface level about flood insurance. Number 1, it can only be brought from agent to agent. It cannot be brought from the federal government. Number 2, coverage. You need to decide when shopping your flood insurance what your policy covers and does not cover. Lord forbid anything was to happen and you assume that you're covered and your policy doesn't cover it. Number 3, know what your deductible is and how that affects the financial scheme of things. For example, the higher the premium, maybe the lower the deductible, or the lower the deductible, the higher the premium. So it's up to you what you do in that case. Number 4, mandatory requirements. There are certain areas that have to have flood insurance because of its elevation or what flood zone it's deemed to be in. It's up to you when shopping, especially buyers, to know whether or not you're in the flood zone and how that will affect the grand scheme of things. Number 5, rates are pretty much set. Depending upon what flood zone you're in, that rate is set. So it's not one of those things where you can shop around like we do with car insurance or homeowners insurance. It's set. Number 6, there is a 30-day waiting period when it comes to adding flood insurance. Again, a 30-day waiting period from the time you install flood insurance and pay the premium. Please know that. And lastly, and probably one important thing you need to know in the bigger scheme of things is that flood insurance premiums must be paid in full. That's right, flood insurance premiums must be paid in full. I hope these tips help. This is so important to me considering that we're a peninsula. I'm actually going to add a link to this so you can get more information on that. I hope this is beneficial and helpful for you. Please share it with your loved ones. And remember, there's never a better time to buy, sell, or invest in real estate than today. You'll be glad that you did.